So this is the car I'm about to take out for a drive. Sadly, I didn't bring anything to stick a camera on the dashboard or anything. The Microlino, taking it around London. Wish me luck. Wow. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, this is what it looks like from the inside. I can't believe I'll be taking this around the streets of London. We'll see how it goes. Right, I best get going. Pedals, I've got loads of space down here, but it's just me in here. Just plugged a microphone thing that's in my bag, thankfully. There's no mount, proper mount in here. I'm currently parked in the Microlino on cobblestones, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to talk to you while I'm driving so that you get a feel for what I'm feeling. Okay, here we go. Handbrake off, drive mode. Oh, sport. Let's not click sport just yet. Right, here we go. Anything coming? Don't crush the microphone. Don't crash into the car in front. Yeah, that's going to be a bit bumpy, what with the fact we're on cobblestones. So I'm hoping you're hearing me above the road rumble, but there is also the sound of the electric motors. Whining is probably a bit too harsh. I don't know if it's an added sound so that people can hear you coming, because it's a tiny car, and weirdly I hate cycling and driving in London, but it's a pleasure in this. It really is a pleasure, mainly because it's teeny weeny, and I just gave a smile to a cyclist who is like smiling and laughing. Laughing's good. I raised an eyebrow as I was walking to the Crazy Horse motorbike and Microlino showroom earlier, when I saw this massive Ferrari, hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of vehicle, massive engine, you can hear it, sat there in traffic revving. It's like keeping a wild stallion in the living room. Surely there are better options to be driving around the city in. And when it brings a smile to people's faces and they're like, what is that? Have they gone back in time to the old, was it the Messerschmitt and the other like Bond bug type tiny front entry vehicles? I just whipped it round in a road very quickly, and I was driving around thinking, I'm really enjoying this. If only there was some place to put a camera so I could share some of my thoughts. And I did find somewhere. It was the phone mount rotates and actually does a good job of it. So thankfully, thought of everything accidentally. Right, I don't know exactly where I am and which direction I can go around here. I'm really hoping there's no cameras telling me off for just driving around willy-nilly. It's got a bit of poke if you put your foot down, but most places around here are 20 mile an hour limits, so speed bumps. So no need there. Loads of fun, loads of space in here for two people. I could move the seat back quite a way and eat into the luggage space if I wanted to, but I haven't got massively long legs, so no problem at all. I'm 5'9". I've seen people far bigger driving this. Oh, a smart car, which again makes sense in this neck of the woods. Looks a little bit bigger than this, maybe. I don't know. It's cavernous inside, but it looks tiny on the outside. I wonder if you could park it with the back wheels against the curb. Is it that small? Maybe that's why it's got a front entry and exit. So just giving you a little bit of a feel for what it is. I need to find out how to get back to the showroom. I've just been driving around the back roads. Anyway, it's good to bring a smile to people's faces and to get and try out a vehicle that I can't help but think is going to be commonly seen all over the place at some point. I didn't even ask how much it was. it's a dangerous thing to do, because I would love something like this, whether it was country lanes. But in reality, I think this is definitely a city car. Didn't ask about the range, nothing. I've only done 3 miles. Feels like I've been for an exhibition on it. Expedition, that's the one. I think I'm not far away. I might ask for some more time. I've just recognised a street, and I'm from a village. Who'd have thought it? There they are. I'm going to give them a wave. Cooey! Better not miss the lights. Yeah, Microlino. Might be a micro car, but it's, I nearly said maxi fun. That's my first car. The opposite of micro. It was a heavy beast till it hit a telegraph pole. Right, waiting for the red light to go green, and it's all go. No need for sat nav. We're almost back. Here we go. Oh, I just want to put the foot down and... Shall I handbrake turn it into the park? No, I did. Oh, I just went through a red. No, I didn't. That didn't happen. It was just changing red. Honest, governor. We're here. I should probably reverse it in for them and be nice and kind. There we go. Everybody's staring still, wondering what it is. Thanks for watching. They've just come back in that car. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out of the door up there to give me some specs. And while I'm waiting, I can turn that back. That's what I was using to do the recording. And look at that. 2 USB ports. My car's got 1. 2 more here. How many USB ports do you need? Within arm's reach. Just looking out, there's a little drinks holder there. There's another one down there, a little pocket in the side. Cool. Remember, it's not a door. And then look at, oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to unplug. To show you the back. There's all that space. You can get 3 small children in there, not legally. What's in the box? Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Hello. Hi. Step into my Microlino sound booth. Yep. This is Chester.
Hi there. This is Chester.
and he's going to tell us all about the Microlino, because due to the lack of research I did, I don't know anything about it.
That's fine, no worries.
I have sat in it before, and I was told lots of interesting stuff, but I forgot it. So tell me about the normal things people want to know. How long to charge, how big's the battery, who can drive it, and yeah, all the interesting stuff.
Right, let's start from the beginning. So it's a Microlino. So these Microlinos, they're all categorized as a quadricycle instead of a private car. But because this one is the standard size Microlino, it has a speed limit of 56 miles an hour. So for the standard size Microlino, you still need a full driving license to be able to drive it. But of course, there is another model called Microlino Lite, which is restricted to 28 miles an hour instead. Then for that model, a 16 years old with an AM license will be able to drive it.
Wow.
Yeah, but of course, he or she will need to drive it, not carry any passengers, with an L plate on all the time. But 16 years old with an AM license could drive it.
Wow, that is really interesting, particularly because I just drove all the way around here and I didn't brake 20 miles an hour because you can't, it's London.
Yes, exactly. And then because for the Microlino, it has 3 different battery options. Mm-hmm. So the standard range will give you maximum range of around 60 miles. And the mid-range will give you around 110, or the long range 140. But we always said the mid-range battery version, which is 110 miles one, is kind of the sweet spot.
I just saw the traffic warden.
Yeah.
she was smiling her head off, going, "Ooh, look at that!"
Yeah, that's all the intention you'll be getting when you're driving one of these. Yeah, and where are we? And there's mid battery version, which is 110 miles one, is kind of the sweet spot for London, because we have some research data back from DVLA. It says for 85% of the London drivers, their average weekly distance covered is 75 miles.
Okay.
And the average person were in the car was 1.2 or 1.3, which means this is very ideal for London traffic, for London users.
Yep.
Because the mid-range maximum you can get, let's say 100 miles, they'll keep you using the car without charging for a week.
What's London done to assist people who don't have any off-street parking with their charging, even if they have to do it once a week?
Because as far as I know, there are more and more charging facilities set up even on the pavement, on the lamppost, and also different charging station around all the different streets, different areas in London. So it's not that hard to find a charging spot for the car. And because this car comes with a Type 2 standard charger, which is one of the most common type of chargers in Europe, including the UK. So it wouldn't be very hard to find a charging spot. And also, because with extra cost, you can always get a set of the 3-pin charger, which you can connect it with your household socket and charge it overnight.
Yep. Okay. So how long does it take to charge?
So it takes around 4 hours, roughly, to charge it from 20% to full. But of course, depending on different battery sizes, like if you go for the long-range battery, so it would take, I would say it takes about 6 to 7 hours to charge it from 20% to full.
Yeah.
And for the mid-range, I would say 4 hours is quite enough to charge it from 20% to full. So which means I would suggest if you have the charging facility set up at your house, so you can just charge it overnight to keep the car in full battery every morning. It will be the most ideal way to do it.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of fun. It reminds me of driving the Mini, actually, the
Yes.
original Mini.
Yeah.
What's the actual cost of the vehicle range? So starting from cheapest to most expensive.
Right, so the base price, so let's talk about the standard Microlino. So the base price in the UK is 17,990, so 18 as a basic price. And it could go all the way up to around 23,000.
Yeah.
So depending on different battery size, different exterior paint jobs, and also the interior package. So
That's quite an interesting price point. What's it competing with at the moment? Because I know there is a flood of electric cars coming into the country. Whether that's going to continue, I don't know.
I would say for this model, we don't really have a kind of a very direct competitor on the market right now. It's quite a unique product. But I would say if you look at a vehicle in a similar size, I would say something like a Fiat 500 or something like that would be our competitors in terms of the size. But of course, we can't forget this is also an electric vehicle as well. So on the market, I think the cheapest electric vehicle is probably the Fiat 500e or maybe a Vauxhall Crosser. But they are priced from around 27,000, 28,000.
Yeah.
So I would say this is one of the cheapest electric vehicle on the market right now.
I remember the 500e when it first came out was a lot cheaper, wasn't it? Because they were selling it almost at a loss or at cost to get a grip on the market. Interesting. So I'm gonna. You're a motorbike rider, aren't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you don't have one of these?
No, because the thing is, I could use, because this is one of the privileges of working in a Microlino showroom. I could use the demonstrator, so I don't need to buy one. That is the main reason.
Top tip: get yourself a job in the Microlino showroom.
Don't get me wrong, I keep using the car for the weekends.
Yeah,
I keep taking our demos out for weekends, so I use it for grocery shopping, all the stuff I'll do with my car. It's actually very handy.
It's
very handy.
I've never seen so many smiles.
Yeah,
I really haven't. It's super weird. This lady that's walking here right now.
I just shared a story with one of the customers earlier. It says, because I've been using this car for like 8 months now. And so basically every time when you drive the car, you're getting all the attention from the outside, from the car next to you, from the people crossing the road, everything. So it's kind of got me used to the whole vibe. So the time when I get back to my own car, I keep having the feeling that people keep staring at me. But it's not because of that, it's because I got the feeling. Just it.
Fair enough. Oh, Chester, thank you very much for the information.
Problem.
And thank you very much for letting me have a test drive today.
I hope you enjoyed the drive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said before while I was driving, you're probably going to see these around a lot more often, and give them a smile, because they'll be expecting one, because you're so used to it. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm back in the shed. Just ignore the chaos. I wanted to do a little bit of a thank you to Microscooters for inviting me to go and drive the Microlino and letting me actually take it out into the big mad city of London, which, as I said before, I don't like driving or riding anything in London. I'm a village boy. It was a really interesting experience due to the fact that I'd seen the Microlino around a lot of places, never managed to get a test drive because they were always fully booked up. Got to sit in one once and thought, bigger than I thought, nicer than I thought. They changed the interior a lot, which pros and cons to that. Initially, it was going to be a super basic vehicle, sub £10,000 or around there, and I thought, actually, this is going to be really, really accessible. So for me, being like the nice, swanky, all whistles and bells, maximum range, maximum speed, etc., 20+ thousand pounds, it made me think, hang on a second, there's an awful lot out there for £20,000, be it electric motorbikes, which are already, hugely expensive, but I'd struggle in a city buying something that's a car when I can get around on a super nice cargo bike, which would go more than fast enough, it seems. Now I've seen how slow the roads are, but get between the spaces, or a motorbike or other such stuff. So I think this is, you really want to keep your hair nice, you really want to carry a chunk of shopping, you might live in the city and be using it for everything, maybe school runs. So I can see where there is a place for this. It is a luxury vehicle now. It's less of the bare bones that was originally intended. There wasn't a scooter in the boot as well. I thought there was meant to be a scooter in the boot, but I could have put my scooter or scooters in the boot, many of them. So yeah, very interesting. Nippy, not fast by any means, but you can't go fast in the city. So I felt, a part of me was like, oh, maybe this isn't for me around the country lanes. But hey ho, it's made for a particular purpose. You heard the man, it was like 1.2, 1.3 or 4 people driving around in massive cars in London. So yeah, I really hope they find their niche, and it was a lot of fun to have a go, that's for sure. I won't keep you time. Whatever you do, do not like and subscribe unless you really want to. Then fine, like and subscribe. If anything, go to documentally.net. I'll say it just in case you weren't writing that down or typing it in right now. Documentally.net, and subscribe there for free. That would do me a great pleasure. Catch you later. Take it easy. Bye bye.